Hi everyone, this is Anne, and I'm doing a species spotlight today on the small but mighty ruby-throated hummingbird. So many people recognize this species immediately because of its small size. They weigh less than a nickel, to put it in perspective. Their distinctive appearance with that long beak and the penchant for visiting flowers like this one is doing here. In this video, we're going to talk about just a few things that make hummingbirds truly amazing. So hummingbirds use their long beaks to access nectar in flowers, visiting 1,000 to 2,000 flowers a day. Now here we're slowing down the video so you can watch how they fly. They need to be quick and have extreme maneuverability to visit all those flowers. Their wing beats 60 to 80 times a second and features a unique flexible shoulder joint that rotates almost 180 degrees, creating a wing stroke like a horizontal figure eight. It allows the bird to hover, move forward, sideways, up and down, and even backwards. And so if you watch, this is slowed down to just 25% of how fast they usually go, and even then it's hard to follow those wing beats. Now they have a long tongue, which allows them to drink that nectar almost like a straw. And actually they also eat small insects such as gnats, but primarily nectar. And you can watch this bird move flower to flower and see that long beak in action and those wings. Now hummingbirds cannot walk. They have tiny feet, which doesn't allow them to kind of move forward or backwards, but they can perch, as you can see this one here. Now, as I said, they eat tiny insects and visit flowers. They have to eat every 10 to 15 minutes. And when they are moving around, their heartbeat is over 1,200 times a minute, which is quite amazing. Now, this one here, if you watch, occasionally sticks out that long tongue, and here it's kind of scratching around. See that tongue? And we will slow that down in just a minute so you can see it. And here we go. And it may be catching gnats out of the air or just stretching its tongue at this point. So these guys can go up to 30 miles per hour in direct flight. And their chest muscles for being able to fly that way are up to 30% of their body weight, which is the largest percentage of any bird. Now they will migrate. So this one is a juvenile. And at this time of year, that's all you're going to see is females and young. The males have left already. And right now, all these birds are trying to gain weight, and they can double their weight before they migrate. And what's quite amazing is that this small bird, again, weighs less than a nickel, will migrate all the way down to southern Mexico and all the way down into Panama. And they will cross the Gulf of Mexico in one shot. And then when they're over land, they will stop and kind of replenish their weight. And they will need to visit lots and lots and lots of flowers. So hummingbirds are fiercely territorial. Even when migrating, they will defend the flowers that they find. So you might notice that in your yard. And they can remember every location of a flower in the area that they are. So in their territory during the breeding season. And as I said, they just fought, so they're territorial. They can do this because they have big brains. Their brains are 4.2% of their body weight, whereas humans, it's just 2%. So they can remember flower locations, they can remember the migration routes, and they can even remember human faces. So think of that when you're filling your feeders. Your hummingbirds may recognize who you are. Now, when they are migrating, and even during the breeding season when they're here in Ohio, there are things you can do to help them. One of the main things is to plant Ohio native plants. And these are some of the popular plants that hummingbirds love. They tend to be kind of red or orange, though other colors as well, and tubular in shape, which is great for those long beaks and long tongues. So if you have some of these, great. If not, think about planting some. Fall is a great time to plan and plant. And then feeders, of course, are another way that you can help your hummingbirds. You want to maintain them until temperatures in the fall fall below freezing to allow any late migrants to be able to find food. You do not need red dye in your nectar. In fact, red dye may be harmful. So go for that clear dye and use the red on the feeder to attract the birds. You want to change out the sugar water every few days in hot weather and clean the feeder at least one time a week, and in hot weather, make that 2 times a week. Look for cloudiness, because if it's cloudy, it can actually harm your hummingbirds. And you can make your own nectar using white sugar. You want to boil a 1-to-4 ratio of sugar to water and let it cool, and you can refrigerate anything that's extra. And in that way, those 2 ways, you can really do a lot for our hummingbirds. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you see hummingbirds around your neck of the woods, whether that's these late migrants or next year. If you want more information, look at these websites. And if you would like to see more videos, check out our Licking Park District website and social media. Thank you and have a great day.